What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with another Let's Get Into the Blocks. So this is number 142 of They Come the Blocks. These are going to be the hot topics for the week of June what week are we on, you guys? We're on June 21st through June the 27th. So before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking out this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and discuss what is hot and what is trending this week, shall we? All right, you guys, so let's talk about some music news first, and then we'll get into the mess. But let's talk about music news. So in music news this week, we got Cardi B. She finally announced her sophomore album, which is scheduled to be released on September 19th, which happens to be my mom's birthday. Now, people are giving Cardi the blues because Cardi is adding Up and WAP to this album. Do I necessarily care? Absolutely not. Am I going to listen to the album? Absolutely gonna be listening to that album. Honestly, I feel like people feel away because some people want this album to fail for Cardi. Here's the thing that I don't understand. I don't understand these stands. And I'm not gonna say that one particular stand group is by name, but I don't understand the fans. Don't understand them, right? If you love this person, you love this person, but your favorite don't like this person. I don't understand why some of y'all take on a hatred for that person who don't know you. Y'all antagonize them, y'all be under their comments and all this kind of stuff, talking shit about them. I don't understand. I really don't understand having a disdain, a vitriol for a person who doesn't know you. Oh, they're gonna build an airport in McKinney. Cool. But I don't understand that. I really don't. So Cardi's album, like I said, it'll be out on September 19th. Now she has released a new single. I actually think her single came out last Friday, Outside. I've heard the song Outside. I like the song. I really do like the song. And I'm ready for Cardi's album. I am ready for Cardi's album. It's long overdue. So the album is called Am I the Drama? And like I said, it'll be out on September 19th. And as I also stated, 3 songs that'll be on the album are definitely going to be Up. Now I will keep it real with you guys. I was not the biggest fan of Up. I just got to be real about that. Up was not one of my favorite songs from Cardi. But we're going to be here for it. So the album will consist of 23 tracks. And we already know 3 of the 23. So it's just 20 other tracks that we don't know. And here's the thing. Up and WAP are the last 2 songs on the album. So what are y'all talking? Like, some of y'all just tripping for no fucking reason. Now, what I will say though, this album cover, girl, that looks, I love it. I'm here for Cardi. I'm here for Cardi. Let me know, will you guys be listening to Cardi's album once it comes out in September? Tell me tell me what you think and feel, right? And we'll go ahead and talk about the next story in music news. So next up, you guys, Brandy and Monica, they are going on tour. It's the Boy Is Mine tour. So Kelly is going to be a part of the tour. Kelly Rowland. I love me some Kelly Rowland. Oh, bitch, I love me some Kelly Rowland, y'all. Y'all don't understand. I love me some Kelly. So Kelly Rowland, Money Long, and I think that guy who just won American Idol this past season, I think he's a part of the tour as well. So yeah, the tickets are on sale now. So I'm gonna go down the list of the let's see if I can pull up the cities that they're going to be going to. But again, like I said, a nigga, I want to go. The only problem is with the tour is they're coming to Dallas, but they're not going to be in Dallas. They're going to be in Fort Worth, and I don't want to drive to Fort Worth. Now they are going to Houston as well, but I don't necessarily know if I want to travel to Houston. So it's either I'm going to go to Houston or I'm going to go to Atlanta. So the tour starts on, so yeah, it's the Boy Is Mine tour. Brandy and Monica with special guests Kelly Rowland, Money Long, and Jamal Roberts. Oh yeah, 2025 American Idol winner. I've never heard him sing, so I'll be interested to hear him sing. So the tour starts on October 16th in Cincinnati, Ohio. Then on October 17th, they'll go to Milwaukee. October 18th, they're going to go to Chicago. I know my girl Ashley is going. Then October 19th, they'll be in Indianapolis. October 30th, Memphis. Halloween, Atlanta. November 1st, Greensboro. November 2nd, Baltimore. November 7th, Vegas. November 8th, Oakland, California. November 9th, Los Angeles, California. November 13th, Charlotte, North Carolina. Then on November 14th, they're going to be in Columbia, South Carolina. Then on the 15th of November, they're going to be in Birmingham, Alabama. The 16th, St. Louis, Missouri. The 20th, Brooklyn, New York. The 21st, Newark, New Jersey. The 22nd, Atlantic City, New Jersey. 23rd, Hampton, Virginia. The 29th of November, Detroit, Michigan. The 30th of November, D.C., Washington. Then they're going to be in New Orleans on December 5th. December 6th, they'll be here in Fort Worth, Texas. And then December 7th, they'll be closing out in Houston, Texas. So I may see them. I don't know. I'm debating between, like I said, we're definitely debating between Houston and Atlanta on the 31st. But I'm not sure which one I'm going to go to yet. And I think I'm going to do floor seating wherever I go. I think whichever city I go to, we're doing floor seating. So I know for Atlanta, they're going to be at the State Farm Arena where Beyonce is going to be at on July 11th. But yeah, are you guys going to see Brandy and Monica? Now, I did see that they were on Jimmy Fallon's show the other night, and they did, hint at doing new music with each other. So I'm here for this tour. Oh my God. And to know me is to know how much I love me some Monica. I love Monica. That is my baby. I have been in love with Monica since the 90s. Been in love with Monica since the 90s. If you know anything about me, my favorite album from Monica is After the Storm. Bitch, I had that album. I had that album. I fucked that CD. I had that CD. That CD got fucked up. That CD, I wore that. So the summer of 2004 is when I got. When did that album come out? I think it was 2000. I got the album right around the time it came out. So I had that album the entire summer. I played it in my CD player the entire summer. My cousin borrowed it from me at one point, and she had my album. She had my CD for quite a while. I had to tell her helper, I need my CD back. I need my CD back, but she finally gave it back to me. And after that, when I tell y'all, I wore that shit out. It came out in 2003. June 17th, 2003. So I got it the same summer that it came out. And I wore that CD out the whole entire summer. My mama was tired of that album. I know she was tired of that album. But yeah, that is my favorite Monica album of all time. Bitch knew every song on that album. So yeah, I'm excited with Brandy. What is my favorite Brandy album? Honestly, my favorite Brandy album is Full Moon. I love Full Moon. I can listen to that album, and Full Moon came out in 2002, right? I think it came out in 2002 or 2001. No, it was 2002. I was right. March of 2002, I had that album. That album, oh my God, I wore that album out too. The thing with the Full Moon album, that CD, the problem with my CD was somehow in the middle of the CD, it chipped, it broke. but it still played. It skipped. It did skip. The only song that I could listen to on that album that it didn't skip was what song was that? And that's a song that I wore out. What song was it that I wore out on that? I'm trying to remember. Let's see, which song was it that He Is. Baby, that is my favorite song on that CD is He Is. I don't know what it was about that song, but baby, I sung that CD. I know you fucking lying to me. Kim Burrell, it says Brandy credited Whitney Houston, Kim Burrell, and Anya for inspiring her to push the limits of her voice and vocal arrangements. Not Kim Burrell. But yeah, you guys, Brandy and Monica going on tour. Are y'all gonna go? Let me know in the comment section below, you guys, and we'll go ahead and move on to the next story, you guys. Shall we? All right, you guys, next up, let's talk about your girl Porsha Williams from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. My God, today, Porsha. So you guys know that Porsha is officially divorced from her husband, Simon Guobadia. Congratulations, Porsha. What I will say about you, Porsha, is, girl, you doing the absolute most. So you guys, now what I also will say about Porsha, you can't take away that the girl is just gorgeous, right? So Porsha did a photo shoot with People magazine, right? I have saw, the clips circulating with Porsha. I also saw an interview that Simon was doing, right? Here's the thing with Porsha and Simon both. Both of y'all are full of shit and both of y'all are getting on my last nerve, right? Because both of y'all are sitting here playing like y'all are the victims. Neither one of y'all are victims. Y'all are two fucking scammers who scammed each other. One got a lick on the other one. Y'all take it. Who y'all want to say got the lick on the other one is up to y'all. But it was two scammers scamming each other, and I don't really feel anything for Porsha, and I don't really feel anything for Simon, right? Because I know Porsha said that she paid some of Simon's child support. Simon said she didn't pay his child support. I don't give a damn. Don't care. What the fuck ever. Moving on, right? So Porsha, like I said, she did this photo shoot with People magazine. And she was dressed like Angela Bassett's character from Waiting to Exhale, right? I was like, Porsha. Girl, you are no Bernadine. You're no Bernadine. Absolutely not. You, if I'm not mistaken, because it's been a minute since I've seen Waiting to Exhale. Because, girl, the way you got with Simon, we ain't forgot that. Because Bernadine was being cheated on by her husband, cheated on her with that white woman. Simon didn't cheat on you. So, yeah. No. Actually, you would be more like Lila. Actually, no, you would be Robin, who was the mistress of Russell. That's right. You would be Robin. Well, you weren't really a mistress, but girl, you definitely ain't Bernadine. That's for damn certain. But again, like I said, you look damn good. You look damn good. Yeah, you look good. But again, like I said, it's two scammers who scammed the fuck out of each other. And I mean, whatever. Who cares, right? And that's really it. She's divorced. Congratulations to her. Now I know Simon is really still on this whole ticker of, he's trying to blame Porsha for his legal situation. I'm like, no, sir. You put yourself in this position. You were thirsty and chasing fame, clout, and it caught up, like all the years of your scamming caught up to you. So only person that you can blame in this particular situation is yourself for falling hook, line, and sinker into Porsha's trap. But whatever. Porsha, if you date again, I hope that you take your time, get to know the man, and not rush into shit. That's my hope for you, Porsha. But you gonna do whatever the hell you want to do and live your life, girlfriend. That's all I gotta say. Now, since I'm talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I didn't talk about it when I did the reunion looks, which that video is currently up. If you want to go check it out, go check it out. But I didn't talk about this whole situation with Angela being on Carlos King's podcast. Now, what I will say is I kind of wish Angela, or not even Angela, maybe Carlos could have waited, because there's a clip that's surfacing for the reunion, not the reunion, but the finale, which is going to air this Sunday on Bravo, right? So Angela sat down with that Marcus guy, and she's asking him, and I think Drew is there with her, right? And so she's asking him who put him up to come to that event, and telling her that Charles was cheating on her, right? So he types something in his phone and he gives it to Angela, and we didn't see anything because that's the end of the clip, right? So then on top of that, Angela was on Carlos's podcast, right? So Angela tells Carlos that Marcus told her that Phaedra was the one that orchestrated that whole thing, right? She said there's a connection between athletes, right? So I guess Phaedra's brother graduated with his sister. This is what Angela said on Carlos's podcast. And so also I know that this Marcus guy and his ex-boyfriend Alex, they're fame hungry and they're very thirsty. So they're under pretty much anybody who's talking about it, Twitter post, trying to come up, trying to save face, right? And say, oh, all to be revealed on the episode. Oh, Angela's just lying to save face. Phaedra didn't send us. What I will say is, can I believe that Phaedra would do this? Absolutely. Let's not forget, Phaedra tried to film with Nene's sisters on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Nene called out at that reunion, remember? Then on top of that, let's not forget what happened with Phaedra, Candy, and Porsha them, right? So is it plausible that Phaedra could have done this? Absolutely, 100%. I don't put anything past Phaedra. But at the same time, and this is, I don't want y'all to hear me loud and hear me clear, because y'all know I don't see it for Phaedra. So this is not me trying to defend Phaedra whatsoever. But what I will say is, with these two, Marcus and Alex, these two are desperate, thirsty, fame-hungry people, right? Because they're reality TV stars, and I'm using that very loosely because I think they were on. So I never watched this show, right? That they were involved in, but I do know the show because it was at one point when I was trying to watch 90 Day Fiance that they were promoting this show that these people were on. It's called You, Me, and My Ex, right? And I don't know the premise of the show, but I do know that they were on You, Me, and My Ex, because I do believe that this Alex guy was with a woman, but then somehow he was still involved with this Marcus guy. If I'm wrong, correct me, but they were on a show called You, Me, and My Ex. And I think honestly that they're just leeches chasing some clout and chasing some fame. And honestly, I wish that Angela, not even Angela. Honestly, yes, I wish Angela didn't entertain it. I wish that she didn't entertain it, right? And here's why I say that. Because you can clearly see that this is what they wanted. Even if Phaedra put them up to it, and Angela knows that her husband didn't cheat on her, I wouldn't care who, I just wouldn't give these two, and the reason I say I hate that Angela entertained is because now these two are relishing in it, right? And they're trying to entrench themselves in this Real Housewives of Atlanta stuff, right? I don't know where they think this is gonna take them. I don't care. Once this season finale is done and over with, hopefully they go back to nobody knowing anything about them, right? Because they remind me, like, these two thirsty people remind me of that guy that worked for Drew, but somehow he ended up on Basketball Wives and whatever other shows he was on, right? Like, I just hate people who do things just to be seen. That's so weird to me. But tell me what you guys think about that, and we'll go ahead and move on to our next story, you guys. Shall we? All right, you guys. So y'all know I talked about Tyler Perry last week, and I mentioned Christian Keys, right? Well, Christian Keys has come out again this week. So Christian is talking about the future of his show on BT. Now I know that Christian was behind All the Queen's Men. Now you guys know I've never watched All the Queen's Men. I know some of y'all have really said it's a good show, right? But tell me this: don't this first season Tyler didn't write for that show, right? But I think y'all said to me the second season on he's written for the show. But again, I've heard good things about All the Queen's Men. I've even saw Matt because Madam even has made appearances on Sisters. So from what I saw of Eva as Madam on Sisters, she does good, right? And I'm pretty sure All the Queen's Men is probably again, like I've heard people say, the show is good. I just have never sat down and watch it. Will I watch it? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, right? So it says here, this comes to us from Vibe magazine. It says Christian Keys is expanding his All the Queen's Men universe, but he won't be doing so for BET or BET Plus. The veteran actor made the announcement on TikTok earlier this week while promoting the second installment of the series' fourth season. Second installment of the fourth season. So, yeah. So it sounds like this show is very similar to Sisters and Zatima and The Oval, where they split the seasons in half. Oh, I hate that they do that, because that makes no sense to me, right? But this is a quote from Christian. It says, "It is continuously disappointing to find out that their show is coming back on the internet instead of finding out from the network," he stated. Quote, "I've mentioned that in previous seasons and it's still happening, or to see the trailer online and have to go search for it so I can try and download the trailer for the hit show that I created for the studio and this network instead of getting it sent when everybody else is getting theirs." He continued, It does feel dismissive and disrespectful when it continues to happen. And you've addressed it and it still happens." This says, "For Keys, this meant that the prequel and spinoff he's written won't be on BET. He did share that he's in talks to move the series to other streamers, but nothing has been finalized. It's up to the studio. It's not up to the studio. It's not up to the network. It's up to me, thankfully," Keys shared. He reflected on how his Created by credit was removed during the second season of All the Queen's Men, and he had to go through the Writers Guild of America and the union to force the studio to give me my credit back. Though executive produced by Tyler Perry, Keys said he created the series 15 years ago. "I think God gave it to me because he knew I was going to protect it, and I will. But these things gotta change," he's noted. Prequel and spinoff aside, he did reveal plans to kick off the All the Queen's Men stage play in Vegas next summer and then take it on the road. With the scripted series, Keys admitted that there would be personnel changes, alluding that someone has become entitled or arrogant and unprofessional. Oh my God, Christian, this gets on my nerves with you. Please say a name. And like, if you're gonna mention some stuff like this, at least say a damn name, right? He said, but moving on, and has even come to work under the influence of drugs and alcohol. He didn't name drop anyone specifically. And that's a problem, Christian. You do this stuff, you get people riled up. Oh, he's a Leo. He's a Leo. His birthday is July 24th, he was born July 24th, 1975. He'll be 50 this year. He's a Leo. Huh. Interesting. But Christian, put a name on it or leave it on the playground. One of the two. Because I'm just, okay, Christian. Whatever. Yeah, you guys, let's pause here and move on to the next story. shall we? All right, you guys. So let's get into, I guess, my last story of the week, because I'm strategically staying away from that Diddy stuff. Actually, no, let's talk about it. So the defense and the prosecution have both rest their case in Diddy's trial. Diddy didn't take the stand to, defend himself. Is that a good move? I do not know. But they're making their closing arguments, and I'm actually looking at it right now on ABC. This is what you need to know, right? So it says his lawyers make their closing arguments in Diddy's case, and this is today, Friday. So it's going to be going, I guess, as of next week, which is going into the week of the 4th of July, is going to be in the jury's hands. Okay. I still hope, me personally, from everything that we've saw and heard from this case, I hope they find that man guilty. Hope they find him guilty, right? Because I know, what was it, last week or the week before, that the jury had to sit there and actually watch those damn freak off videos. Oh, here's the thing. I ain't no prude. I love me a good adult film as much as the next person, right? But that would be that right there would be a no for me, bro. That would be a whole ass hell to the no for me. But again, we gonna see what the outcome is, and that's really all I got. Like I said, I won't spend no time on Diddy, and we're done. But since I guess we'll wrap this up and we'll talk about legal stuff, right? So Fat Joe, y'all know there was already a lawsuit against him that from his former hype man, right? And let's get into it, because it came out last week, and I said that I didn't know if I was going to talk about it this week, because I was going to potentially do it Monday, but I chose not to. So Fat Joe, let's see. This is coming to us from Variety, and I need to get a haircut. It says Fat Joe slams disgusting lies after lawsuit accusing him of sex acts with minors. He said, "I will never break and I will never back down." So Fat Joe has issued a response denying allegations made by his former hype man Terrence T.A. Dixon as part of a $20 million lawsuit. Dixon claims his former boss, whose real name Joseph Antonio Cartagena, engaged in coercive labor exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion. It says, quote, "I've been tested the last few months. I've lost my big brother, my father, my mother, and now I'm fighting against these disgusting lies," wrote Fat Joe in a statement posted on his social media Wednesday. He says, "But please know I will not break. I will never back down. I've had individuals in my circle take my love and kindness for weakness, but how many times must we forgive them?" The complaint filed in the U.S. District Court, Southern District of New York on June 19th details Fat Joe's alleged sexual relations with women, including minors. Dixon is represented by Tyrone Blackburn, who is also the lead counsel in a high-profile case against Sean Diddy Combs. Now, speaking of Mr. Tyrone Blackburn, he was arrested this week. Actually, let's see what Tyrone was arrested for, because I saw that on the blogs, that he got arrested this week. And I want to know what's going on with one of my neighbors, because they are keeping up a whole ruckus. And it's loud. I hope y'all don't hear it. So this is from TMZ. It says, lawyers suing Fat Joe arrested for allegedly mowing down Joe's process server. More drama in the Fat Joe civil case. His accuser's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, just got arrested for allegedly mowing down a process server with his car in New York City. A rep for the New York Police Department tells us Blackburn was taken into custody Wednesday morning and booked for assault. Cops say it all started on the night of May 12th when Blackburn got into his vehicle as a 66-year-old messenger was serving him a complaint in the Fat Joe case. Blackburn allegedly slammed his car into reverse and backed up, hitting the process server in the leg and causing minor injury. The victim reported the incident to police. Blackburn's arrest stems from a messy legal matter involving Fat Joe and the rapper's powerhouse attorney Joe Tacopina. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Tacopina tells us Blackburn sent a demand letter on behalf of Terrence Dixon to Fat Joe requesting $3 million for allegedly co-writing music with the hip-hop star. Tacopina says they blew off the letter, but Blackburn followed up with another demand letter claiming Fat Joe was messing around with minors. Tacopina says they wanted to get out ahead of the situation, so they filed a lawsuit alleging defamation and extortion against Blackburn and Dixon. That's when Tacopina hired the messenger to serve the complaint to Blackburn. Dixon has since filed his own $20 million lawsuit against Fat Joe, accusing him of being a P-word. We've reached out to Blackburn so far, no word back. Now, back to this one. It says Dixon states in his complaint that Fat Joe forced him in, we read that. Oh, it was also in here about Blackburn being arrested. It's also in this article. So Tyrone's arrest comes as no surprise to me. It's just the latest example of his malicious and manipulative patterns of misconduct finally coming to light, said Fat Joe's attorney, Joe Tacopina, in a statement. This is exactly who Mr. Cartagena proactively sued. This is exactly why Mr. Cartagena proactively sued Blackburn and his client Terrence Dixon in April, because he knew they intended to try to destroy his reputation by peddling salacious lies. Today's arrest is just the first step, but I'm confident that my client's name will be cleared from all of these falsehoods and Blackburn will be brought to justice once and for all. Dixon's suit claims that he personally witnessed Fat Joe engage in sexual relations with children who were 15 and 16 years old, and lists 3 such Jane Does, including a 16-year-old Dominican girl in New York who, in exchange for cash, clothing, and payment of her cell phone bill, would perform fellatio and other sexual acts on the rapper. Ew, this is so disgusting. And if let's say that, Fat Joe is cleared of this and none of this is real, then I look at this person and be like, how could you come up with something so disgusting? But yeah, Fat Joe's statement suggests that Dixon was fired for doing something wrong, and that instead of just taking the L and living with it, Dixon chose to go after his reputation. His statement continued. They figured they came up. What did they figured they can make up the most insane stories, and if they threaten you with a lawsuit, then you'll pay and they'll feel like they finally won. Problem with your theory. I've never let anyone on the streets extort me, so why would I ever let a crooked attorney and a coward ex-hype man extort me? I'm from the Bronx. Fat Joe concluded his statement by addressing Blackburn directly, telling him, "We will finish you in court." Oh, well, alrighty then. But yeah, you guys, that's really all we got this week. I ain't got nothing else to talk about, so I'm gonna end this video. So you guys be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, you guys. Turn your post notifications. You guys know we do this the same time, same place every week. So we're getting with that consistency. It's coming, you guys. We are really being consistent. So if you got, well, this is Friday, so you guys are not going to see it at 10 a.m. So you guys should see this. If there's no issues when it comes to editing, you guys will see this at 4:30, and you guys will see They Cutting a Fool. Well, you'll see this before they Cutting a Fool, but They Cutting a Fool, I'm itching to get that up about 3:30. So hopefully we can get that up. But yeah, you guys, be safe. You guys take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed, and I'll see you guys for the next video. So now that the Never Ever Met is off, it's not really anything for us really to do on Friday. So you guys know that we have Beyond the Gates. Now you guys know really B is on vacation. She's in Florida this week. So I got to reach out to her to see if she's going to be able to do Beyond the Gates with me on Saturday or even Sunday. But if she is, I'll let you guys know what the plan is. Also, you guys, I do plan on doing a pre-recorded video for Beyond the Gates as well. So look out for that. So that pre-recorded video should be up tomorrow on Saturday. My goal is to have that pre-recorded video up somewhere between 10 and 11 a.m. And that'll be it. And then the live, I do have it scheduled for 1 o'clock, but I still have to reach out to Really B and see if she is able to do it with me, you guys. But as always, you guys, like I said, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and have a great weekend, you guys. Be safe out there. It's hot. Stay hydrated, you guys. Please stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. If you got one of your what I call an Angela fan, keep it on you, keep it charged up at all times, you guys. And I'm going to hop off of here and enjoy the rest of my Friday. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.